How you doing, sir?
Good, good. Mike Abbott.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. All right, all right.
You didn't like mine. I had a 54 sedan delivery.
Yeah?
Chevy. It was
Dig that.
yeah, bad dude.
Let's get a layout here. What we got going on?
All right. So you've seen pictures and whatnot.
Yeah.
This is the B25 nose that I'm doing. I did a Memphis Belle
Okay.
years ago.
Dig that.
25 years ago.
Right.
And so I wanted to do a B25 as well, and that's what I've been working on. But you can see there kind of how it looks.
Right. Gonna start trying to post more videos and get away from all the social media as I've stated before. Anyways, I wanted to go over some things that we did on the private lessons this past Saturday. So anyways, one of the biggest things that he was unaware of was the importance of a shrinker stretcher. Now this has got shrinking gels in it, and a lot of people, I guess, don't know that you can shrink metal. So I just have a rough little 90 that I just threw out, just a quick scrap piece, just to kind of give you an idea of what the shrinker and stretcher does. I use this thing all the time. It is kind of a go-to tool in the shop to make multiple things. I use it to make, I used to make so much stuff. Inner window trim, anytime I'm doing a surround for glass. I do it on bigger panels. If I need to tune something in, get a little bit of the excess metal out. Now there is some downsides to mechanically shrinking it this way, especially on this, it's aluminum. It'll kind of chew your metal up a little bit. Most of the time that's not a big deal, depending on the gauge that you're using. You can kind of sand a lot of those marks out depending on how finished you need the piece to be. I'm just going to run over it real quick and then I'll give you some closer up versions of it. So, I mean, just in seconds, you can take a 90 and roll it, right? And you can go as far as you want to go with it. With a shrinker, it's not that big of a deal. You got to be a little bit more careful with the stretcher, especially with aluminum, because it will tear the metal in half. This is just one of the ways that you can shrink metal. You can tuck shrink it, thumbnail die it. There's a bunch of different ways to do this. This is just one of the ways to shrink metal, right? I'll grab you, bring you over here, kind of give you an idea of what's going on there, right? So that's the jaws. That is, you can see that those little teeth in there are only in there just to grip the metal, right? And then as you grip it, press it down, it holds the metal and tucks it inside of itself, right? So if you look real close, you can see where it's folding the metal inside of itself, right? To create this flange. All right. So like this right here. Okay, so this piece was a 90, right? And then we shrink it to get this curve out of it, right? So this is a flat piece, okay? And then we have a 90-degree flange, and then we shrink that flange to get these arches out of it, right, through there. Same thing on the inside edge. We do the same thing. That is a 90-degree flange that we shrank in. And then if you look closely, you can see the little marks there, right? And so anyways, that's one of the basic techniques, the shrinker stretcher, and it gets used all the time. I use it on so many different things. It's just unbelievable. On the top of this roof here, right, where it goes around that curve there, that's a 90-degree flange, and then shrank around. Sometimes stretch. It just depends, you know, which way you're going with it. But you can do both. You can shrink it to get it to arch back, right, and then you can stretch it to make almost an S curve. It's one of the most useful tools. Like I say, most days it gets used. They get used for not just that, flanges, window surrounds. You can also take it if you got a pucker in a section, and you can kind of subtly shrink that out. It'll help get high spots out of larger panels. A lot of times I'll English wheel some panels and turn a flange on it. And then when I turn a flange on it, maybe I want to dial it in to where it's just a little bit tighter, it has a little bit more arch or a little bit less arch. I'll take that flange and I'll run it through a mechanical shrinker or stretcher and just kind of dial that curve in a little bit more. Anyways, hopefully that helps you guys. Hand in the camera. Hopefully that helps you guys get a better understanding. They sell those across the board. I mean, you name it, you can get it. The first shrinker stretchers I ever had, and I actually still have a set around here somewhere that I still use pretty regularly. You can get them commonly from Harbor Freight. You know, if you're thinking about doing this and you want to play with a shrinker stretcher, get the Harbor Freight ones first. See if it's something that you're going to use, something that you're going to like, and then as you kind of figure them out a little bit more, then you can upgrade your tools later. I'm a big advocate of make sure you're going to do it before you spend $1 million on tools. You know, they're going to try and sell you everything. That's what the industry does. So anyways, you guys have a good day. We'll see you next go around. Later.